Hi, my name's Eggie, and welcome to Eggie Thoughts, a series where I have thoughts in my head and I decide that I'm going to tell a camera about it, and then I'm going to put them out in the world so people can listen to me. This idea came along because I was watching Ricky on his second channel basically talk about his high guard video and just sharing his thoughts on it, and I went, you know what, that's actually a pretty good idea. I have thoughts. I want to talk about them. So you know what? Here we are. Uh, this stuff isn't going to be edited crazily. It's just kind of me talking. The only edits are gonna happen. It's just like if I talk about someone or I don't remember someone and I mention a thing that they did, I'm going to put their names and or their channels up just out of respect, obviously. Uh, but that's basically it. And also, most of this is, like I said, unedited. It's just me rambling. So if you want me to if you want to put me on the second monitor somewhere, or you're just going to listen to me just like while you're doing anything, like going to sleep, or like, working out. I don't know why you'd want to listen to me working out. That'd be weird. But then again, I don't know what you do on your I don't know what you do. Then you can do that. It's just me talking. But you know what? I hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, let me know. Tell me in the comments, give me a like or a subscribe. All good to me. But this episode 1 is going to be VTubers. VTubers are funny in the way of I think VTubers did a lot for content because they helped people be able to do the content but not have to show their face and still like be able to give people a thing to put a voice to. And it's really funny because I like how it started and how it happened and how I figured out about VTubing was because of Project Melody. Project Melody is, I believe, one of the first VTubers to ever do it or to become big from it. And it was because of her I was like, what? I was like, wait a second. This is like a really good idea. I'm surprised that people weren't doing this before. And I remember when she just popped into the space. At least for me, she popped into the space. And when like people were hating on her because what she did adult content and people were mad that she was doing it. And I was like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever gets you that bag, I am not gonna stop you from getting the bag. And she was doing it. She was getting the bag. And like as much as that was funny, she also made like content and she showed a lot of people, at least like I said, at least to me, that you can make content and be whoever you want to be, and you can still like you can give people some like a voice, like a face to look at and be like, oh, that's that person. I know who that is from who they are, and not from just, oh, they sound like this. Because like I've learned that a lot of people like to have a face to see, to recognize, to just be like, oh, I know this person. And some people don't want to do that, but VTubing allows them to do that, and that's actually really crazy. And that's what I think. That's what I think that like Project Melody showed, and that's you can do that, and it works. Like I don't think we would have like Ori Calliope, Kiara, Silvervale, Cottontail, and like Gigi and like Iron Mouse, because like that like at the time when she popped up, it wasn't like a thing that people were doing. Most people with like anime girl stuff was just like AI and not like the yucky AI now, like AI back in the day when it was just like look at the funny anime girl do the funny thing. Like that's what it was. But it's it was really cool to see that. Like so many people just kind of popped up. That I like they just popped not like even popped up. There's just so many people that I know that are talented, that they are made for content, or at least they could be made for content, but because they don't think they don't have confidence in themselves, they don't think they look good, or they have something that's going on that they don't want people to see about them, that they didn't get to do it. Like I mentioned Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is one of the top VTubers, one of the top streamers just in general. And she has an illness that makes it that she can't really leave. She can't do a lot of things. And also, if I'm incorrect on anything, you're allowed to be like, you're wrong. She's fine. I'm using this as an example. But just let me know if I'm wrong. But she is not capable of doing a lot of things, and she doesn't want to show that. But VTubing allows her to do that, and that's one of the most craziest thoughts, but also a very awesome thought, because now she has a community of people that like her and appreciate her and help her just be able to do what she loves, and that's make content. And she doesn't have to show her face at all, and that's amazing. That's so cool. And I think like that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Project Melody. At least I think so. Because if I could say, dude, if I could just tell you like how far back I used to watch some people that are now VTubers, Nyanners. I remember when I watched Nyanners and she was doing like cover music, like Anaconda, like way back, and she was a really good singer. I think she she made very like she made good cover songs, and also I liked her voice. I thought she was really good, and also she was very funny. And now she's a VTuber, and now she's just doing her thing and just being herself. Because I remember like she had like a character that she would put on her thumbnails and all that, but she never put. I don't think she ever showed her face. She never put her face out there. But now she has like a model, and people can like talk to her and like interacts and moves, and it does all these things that like just helps people just stick to that, right? And it's super cool. It's so funny. And like now that we have all of these VTubers, all the collabs that happen are amazing too. Like it's like you like Bricky. I mentioned Bricky in the beginning of the videos. I am a Bricky fan. I like watching Bricky videos. He collabs with so many VTubers. He does it so much. And it's so cool because imagine if VTubing wasn't big. You wouldn't get the collab with like Bricky or Heavenly. You wouldn't get Heavenly content. And I think that is a crime. That's a crime to think about. Like imagine not being able to get this content because the funny haha Project Melody girl didn't pop off and show people how it was done. It would have been it would be a sad time. It would be a sad time when I think about it. And that's like my thoughts on VTubing. Like I'm not ending the video, but my thoughts on VTubing is like it leveled up the content game. As much if you hate it, you're allowed to. You're allowed to be mad. But like I don't think your that emotion is the right way to go about it, because there's so many VTubers out there that are that wouldn't have existed. Like I said, they wouldn't have existed and are genuinely funny and very good at making content. And to be mad that they're using like a model to do it is insane. Also, it's also crazy that like there's people out there that exist that are like, well, what's wrong with why wouldn't they just use their thing? And or oh, if they really cared, if they really didn't care or whatever, blah blah blah, they would tell us or show us what they look like. Some people just want their privacy. Some people just don't want to be on camera. Like it's insane that there's people out there that go in and ask and they're like, yo, what do you look like? This is not like a call out to anyone. It's just like if they wanted you to know what they look like, they wouldn't have had the VTuber model. They wouldn't try so hard to be hidden. But there's just people out there that just exist that are just like, yes. what do you look like? It's like, imagine, like, right here, right now, I'm here, and I had a VTuber model, and someone was just like, what do you look like? Obviously, I'm not trying to have you see what I look like. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, and that's it. Like, if I didn't start content before, like, Project Melody, I 100% probably would have been at least a PNG tuber. I would have at least been a PNG tuber. Because I thought, because like sometimes, like when I get on the camera, and I think maybe possibly there are some people out there that exist, like who do use webcams and stuff. That, like, you have to look kind of good. You have to look presentable, right? Like some days, like you can't go in looking too raggedy. You can. There's people who don't mind, probably don't care, and they're only there for you. But some people do appreciate when you look like you put effort into being here on the webcam or anything. But VTubing makes that so simple. I have a PNG model, and sometimes when my hair is a mess, I'm like, dog, I do not wish to be on camera, so I put it on, and I'm like, all right, you guys are getting the PNG tuber right now. Just like, bro, it sometimes just makes life so much simple in the content space, just so easy. And you know what? Sometimes I'm a little jealous. Like, you guys get a model that just looks really good, and you're just, boom, put that right there. Just put it right anywhere. You got the gameplay, put that face right there. And it's just like, you don't need to do anything about it, unless the thing breaks, and then now you gotta fix it. Now you gotta figure it out. Because at any point, everyone has to deal with scuff. That's why we have a queen of scuff. You know, you have to deal with it. That's how it goes. Uh, but yeah, it's VTubing is just like an interesting thing to think about, just in general, because like they're everywhere now. VTubers are everywhere. They're in your favorite games. They might be in your favorite videos. And God, guess what? They're making music, and you gotta be okay with it. Because sometimes they be dropping bangers, okay? Alright? I know there's people out there that don't like Mori Calliope. Okay? I get it. Not every person can, like, not every artist's song is going to be a hit. Like, not every artist's art is going to be a hit. You're gonna figure out a lot about me. I think she makes good music. All right, I think she has good music. Do I think is her rapping my favorite? No, but you tell me that woman can't sing, I don't believe you. You're lying to yourself. And like, there's so many other things too, because I think at the time Bay put out a song, and that song is super good. Now imagine, right? Let's go back to the topic. Now imagine there wasn't VTubing. You wouldn't get that. You wouldn't get that, and that's insane. 1-800 Baby No Money. Iron Mouse wouldn't have been the chorus. That you wouldn't get that. And I think that like I said, we go back. That's a crime. Just add that on the list of crimes. That would be if you didn't get that, like, at all. They add that, like, it was like right. I guess that's right underneath like having collabs like Heavenly and Bricky with other people. Like, you wouldn't get that. It's insane. But it's just, there's just so much that I think VTubing has done. And when you think about it, it's just super cool. Like, it's super funny. But I will say though, sometimes I check my YouTube, and I feel maybe I might be the only one, because like my recommended just like changes. Everyone's recommended changes like from bit by bit, but sometimes I just be hitting YouTube, and there's just another VTuber, and I'm like, who is this one? That's how I felt with I think Toimo and Smug. I bet you they've been here for a while, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm just not caught up I'm not caught up at all. And sometimes people just pop up, and I'm like, who is this? But then there's like, I see their aesthetic, I see the character, I see how they are just on stream, and I'm like, wait a second, I vibe with this heavy. Like, bro, I get it, dude. Sometimes Smugs drops a video, and I'm like, 45-minute video of her just reacting to this thing. Yep, I'm gonna be there. I see a Toimo short. I'm saying her. I bet you I'm saying her name wrong. I'm gonna go and check. And I mean, as like I said, I'm gonna put their names on there, and it's going to be wrong, and I'm gonna be so mad. But not the point. I see a Toimo short, and I'm like, I go bless. Watch that whole entire short. Put a like. Boom. Like, oh, dude, I'm gonna like anytime I think about VTubing, and I'm like, dude, what would we be like without VTubing? I just think about Gigi going boat goes binting and losing that, and I'm like, never. Boat goes binting, like, bro. Dude, it's so funny. She's like, there's so many funny VTubers out there, and to think that like it could have like there's like it could just not have happened. It's one of like the most saddening thoughts. This is one of the most saddening thoughts. But it's just really funny, and also I think there's a VTuber for everyone. I think like just take out everyone that doesn't like VTuber out of the equation. Like they don't exist. Everyone that is willing to give them a try, I think you can find at least one VTuber that someone would be into. And as soon as you find that one, you're stuck. You're caught. They have you. You're now a VTuber fan. You're now going to different ones. You see them collab, and now you're just bleeding into the spaces. You're like, wait a second. Who is this? Who is this? And then now you're like, why do I follow all of them? Why am I buying merch of them? What happened? How am I here right now? And it's and like you're like stuck. The amount of times I see like merch for like VTubers I like, and I have to hold my wallet back because I'm like, I can't. If I spend money for this, I'm gonna be cooked. I won't be able to eat food. And I'm like, wait. I've never lost. I've never lost, okay? I've never gone broke paying for merchandise. But like they're like the amount of things you're like you see, you're like and you have to blame the entry. Cause you know what? The VTubing fans, you gotta watch out for them, because then they show you a funny clip, they show you a funny short, then you're on your phone, you're looking them up, and you're like, and now you're not going to sleep on time. You're not going to sleep on time, and you're out on their Twitter watching, seeing their Twitter thing. You're scrolling, you're like, oh my god, looking at live streams, having them in the background. You stop listening to music, they're the noise, and you're like, oh no, you're cooked. You're cooked. But everyone has a VTuber. Everyone has a VTuber. You just have to find the one. Because like mine's changed from a lot. Like Kiara and Callie, they're I think there's both are still my favorite because I like how they mesh well together. I like their dynamic. But it like changes so often. Like I said, there's like a new VTuber every day. And I don't hate it. But damn, there's too many of you. I can't choose. I can't keep you all on the same goddamn subscription list. There's so many. But they change so often, but they all bring whatever, like, they all bring just, like, something different to the table. Like, I don't remember, yes, I know Garagura is not, she graduated, but I don't remember who she reincarnated as. I don't remember her name. But like watching VTubers, I've learned that like I am into the characters that are just kind of like gremlins. Like their whole thing is like, I am this person. I like to push the boundaries of how much of a like rage baiter I can be. How much of a insane insane little person I can be. And I see that and I go, oh, this is gonna be peak content. Like I mentioned Gigi again, but Gigi singing birthday the word to Mori is really funny. It's one of those videos like it's a rainy day outside and I'm like sad. Things aren't going my way. You put that video in front of me, boom. I'm smiling. I'm smiling for at least like a good minute because of that. And it's so funny. And the worst thing about it too is because as soon as you put one gremlin, all of them pop up, and then you get other gremlins, and then it happens where then the people who aren't gremlins are hanging out with the gremlins, and then they start acting like gremlins, and then you learn about them that they're capable of acting like this, and they're also as funny as that, and I'm like, wait, no, oh my god, like VTubing is so funny. It's so good. And I think there's a lot of people out there that just don't want to give VTubers a try because they're like anime women. Ew. Oh, they're animated. They don't even want to put on a webcam. It's like that just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me because they're still getting content. They're still putting stuff out. They're still entertaining. They're still entertaining you. And you're gonna tell me you would rather not be entertained? Like what? Like come on now. That doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't make sense to me. It's but VTubing. What more to VTubing is there? Like going like actually there is more to VTubing. Dude, you know what? So because I went to the previous TwitchCon. Yeah. It was so funny to see so many VTubers on the floor, and they had like this television screen. It's not like a huge television screen. They had like the monitors, and they were rolling around, and you could interact with them. Cause like before I thought they were always gonna be stuck behind the screen. Ain't no way. I didn't know they were. I thought they were gonna be on a meet and greet. They were gonna have a big TV, and you were gonna have to talk to them there. Now they're on wheels. They're moving around, and now I interacted with one, and she was so nice. She was so cool, and I was like, this. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening, and I wanted to interact with more of them, but I always saw them, and I always felt like they were busy. Like when you see them rolling around doing things, I always was like, I think they might be streaming, and I don't want to go up to them and be like, "What's good? How do you do? What do you like about VTubing and starting a comment? Like me trying to start a conversation, and they're busy. They're talking to someone. I don't want to interrupt them, especially because like a handful of like videos I've seen of VTubers being there is like someone holding a camera, someone holding a thing, and like I don't want to take up two people's time. Granted, they might be paid to be there, so it doesn't really matter. But like, I don't want to be that guy who stops them and like get stuck in a conversation because I'm passionate, and I know as soon as I start talking about a thing, I could be there for hours. And now I'm holding you up in front of like the showroom floor, and you could be doing anything else. You probably are in a time constraint too. So like you don't even get this time to do anything. To which now I feel bad. Now I'm taking up your time. You could be doing anything else, and I'm not trying to talk to you. No. Not me personally. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. To which, you know what's funny is that like if any VTuber sees this, if anyone sees it, they're probably gonna be like, no, we love when you come up and talk to us. That's actually what we want to do, and I'm out here missing my chance to go and just talk to VTubers. Like, oh my god, we're talking about TwitchCon and VTubers. I was so sad because I am also really bad. Because most VTubers, right? If they got schedules, they'll tell people where they're gonna be. I missed seeing Cha-Cha, your VTubing mom. I missed that. I also missed Cottontail being there. And I was so mad. I was so upset. Because I didn't know. I didn't see him. I didn't see him. And like when I saw that they were there, I was like, I almost wanted to flip the nearest table. I was like, what? I had to check on Twitter, and they were like, yeah, this is really good. They had a whole bit, and I was like, no. Like the bit with Cha-Cha going into the line and talking to Fillion. I was like, wait a second. That was a thing I could have gone to. I was there, and I didn't get to go to it. I was so mad. Can you tell that I'm low-key a VTuber fan? I just don't rep it as heavy as everyone else. Which, to be honest, I also feel like I feel somewhat type of bad for some VTubers. Because like you get popular as a VTuber and people get weird about it. Like they get really weird about it. Like parasocial, right? I think a lot of people know the word parasocial. But like it's when people make like a relationship with someone that isn't there or doesn't know they exist. And it gets really bad. I'm not saying it doesn't get bad for anyone else. It's just like I've seen it happen to VTubers like a lot. And it's like super bad. And like saying it still happens to other people, like female content creators and even dude content creators. Like, and it's like, dog. Like, I don't remember her name, and I don't know if I can find it. But I remember the story of like the lady that got like doxxed. The VTuber got doxxed, and she was just chilling. I don't know if that was a parasocial relationship, but I know I don't know if I don't know if it was parasocial, but I know that she got doxxed and she just like moved. And someone was just like that. They were insane. And they just did that to them. I was like, what? Why would you do that? Like, for what? What do you gain from doing that? If that was like a parasocial relationship and you're like, I know where you live. What do? You could just be normal. You could just be normal. It's so simple. You could just not. You could just be like, man, I enjoy indulging in your content. You could go to a meet and greet. If they go in person, you can meet them in person, and that would be the time, and you could just hang out with them. That could be the thing, but no, you decided to do this, and it's like, why? And that's like I feel so bad. I feel really, really bad. It's like VTubing comes with a lot of pluses and like a lot of negatives, because like there's like I said, like in the beginning part, there's gonna be people that want to know what you look like, and there's also people that really will take that to an extreme, like a really, really big extreme, like trying to like truly figure out where you live. And like why like why do that? Like I feel bad. I feel bad, and I understand why. Then at that point, I understand why you say like you have a VTuber model and you don't want people to know who you are or where you are. At that point, like, bro, I wouldn't either. I really wouldn't either. Like I said, or if I even did say it, but like, I started content and I already put a webcam on, so I was already cooked. There's no backing out. So if I blew up, someone would have just went backwards a little bit on my timeline and they'd see me. I was like, they already know what I am. That's why I don't have it. I have a PNG tuber. Like I said, I use it when I'm lazy. I don't even like I said, but like I use it when I'm lazy. Like if my hair is like a mess, if I don't think I look good, or I just really don't feel like using emotion, I just put the PNG tuber. But like I get why people like would just start off and just do that, then just put themselves out there. But it's a lot. Then to be honest, the VTubing negatives aren't even from like most VTubers. Uh, it's mostly from some of the fans, some of the people, and I'm not saying everyone. I'm not saying everyone because I know so many VTuber fans. I'm friends with VTuber fans, and they're normal. They're reasonable. They like the person a reasonable amount. They go, you know what? They drop content. I indulge in the content. They pop up a live stream. They watch and or they show up to conventions. Like, right? That's it. That's all you have to do. But like I don't know how to explain. Like they showed who my brain lost track of what I was saying. I don't remember. Oh, VTuber fans are just not. Sometimes they're just not like there's the bad ones. There's really bad ones that think they make the rules in like the like in that space. Like I want there to be more. I wouldn't want to say. I'm gonna say like colored VTubers. Like right, I see. I think I know I know Chacha's one, and I know there's another one that I recently saw pop up on my recommended, and I think they're like actually really cool. But I don't remember their name, but I'll try to find it if I can. Like saying it will pop up in somewhere in here. I'll put space, but uh like there's some like I hearing the story that like there's a lot of people that are just like, oh, you can't be a VTuber because VTubers aren't a different color. Like, who are you? Like, what? Like, why? Why do that? Because now you're like rolling out people who could be giving you more content, who could be funny. You're trying to be like, you look a specific way? I'm not what you shouldn't do this. Like, bro, we have a word for people like you, and it's not a good one. Why do it? Why do it? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I feel like it should just be anyone. You just go, wow. You should judge them by their content, not by how their VR like how their model looks. It should just be content. It should be content. At least for me. And like I said, it's not everyone. There's normal fans out there. But the fans that are just doing that, like they're trying to gatekeep VTubers. Like, who do you think you are? That just doesn't make sense to me. Like why? Like why do that? Uh it's like the same thing with like cosplayers who are like, you can't cosplay this character because you're not the right color. Like, bro, huh? You can cosplay whoever the fuck you want. Don't let anyone tell you you can't cosplay whoever. That like if you do that, I want you to you should be boxed on site. You should be boxed on site. For like cosplay and VTubing. If you decide that you're gonna be like you can't do this because of this, no, you need to stop yourself right now. They have more. They have more. They're stronger than you. At least they're doing it. Most people that do this and that are negative is even like in the VTubing space. They don't even do it. They don't even make content. They're not VTubers. I bet you they're not. So like, what gives you the right to even try to? I also like the cosplay thing, but cosplay is a whole different. That could be a whole different Eggie thought. That could be. But VTubing is a beautiful thing. It's I am happy that it exists. Is every VTuber for me? No. Did I find a lot of VTubers I really like? I did. And is it cool that like VTubing helped open up this avenue for people to be able to just do content and be themselves with a model that helps them? Yeah, I think it's amazing. It's so cool. Like I said, like Nanners is a person that I watched. I watched her do song covers, and that was like a bit ago. I don't know if she still does them, but like I've watched her do them. Actually, no, she dropped like a song a bit ago. I don't know how recent it is, but she dropped like a song a bit ago. And guess what? She gets to do that, and as a model, and as like it's so cool. I'm about to snitch on myself, but don't worry. I don't think anyone's actually going to truly see this. But like, especially the person I'm mentioning, I don't think she's gonna see this. But like Cotton VA, I knew what she was. I knew about her before the VTubing thing. Actually, scratch that. I knew of her first because of the other thing, and then I figured out she had. Then she had a VTuber model, and then or I figured out that she was doing it, and I was like, oh, very good, very cool. I still watch her from time to time. She pops up in my feed, and I'm like, this is gonna be a funny video. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. It's funny. It's funny. And like I said, there's a lot of times where I think about it. I also know I'm like looping things, going around in circles, but like man, there's just things that like you think about it. You just kind of have to say it again because you're just passionate about it. But like I know, like as one of my favorite things to watch is just Heavenly Father hang out with VTubers, just rage baiting them, just messing with them. It's just so funny, and just like I said, to think about that just not being a thing anymore because like it could have like something could have happened. Like Project Melody just could not have existed, and just doesn't become the mainstream right away. It's just so insane, so insane. But I don't think there's really anything else right now on my mind. I've completely given you my thought process and babbled on long enough. Uh but yeah, if you're a VTuber, keep doing it. I'm happy for you. And I only wish you guys the best. Only the good ones. Only the good ones that aren't doing mean evil things and being bad people. I only wish the good ones that are helping people and putting out great content and making people happy. I wish you guys the best. Uh but I don't think there's really anything else. At least nothing's gonna stop me from just making another video on VTubers. And who knows if this just randomly pops off, I'm willing to talk to VTubers. I'm willing to talk to a lot of other people about it because I just have thoughts, and that they probably have way more insight and or better answers than some people. But it's but yeah, no, I'm willing. I would love to talk to people about it. I wish I could, but usually I send at least for my streams I send people off with a message. Don't drink and drive. Drink water. Love yourself, friends and family. If you like this content, I do in fact plan on trying to post more of my thoughts, and also I do stream. Granted, I'll probably be playing a game, but you can ask me about these thoughts. You can ask me about things I think about, as long as it's not like real world events and or political. I will not talk to you about that. Uh, but like if you watch this video and you're like, what's your thoughts on this VTuber? I'll go. If I know about him, I'll see. I'll even maybe pop up a video. Maybe we can indulge together. You can put me on game for the VTuber space because you know what? I'm always willing to watch new VTuber. But if you enjoy this, like, subscribe, and yeah. And the last thing is that you guys just have a really good day. Bye, friends.